Okay, welcome back to my opinion. I tried to do a video on my range report on my new firearm. Well, not so new, a Sig Sauer P250. This video, however, is not going to be the range report. I'll do that in a separate video. This is going to be the Sig P250 broke down because I just cleaned it. So this is the SIG P250 subcompact, and it's the older version, the one that has the rounded trigger guard, as you can see here. Now, the SIG P250, like the SIG P320, is a modular and basically the same thing, only double action only, hammer fired. It does have the same layout, etc., except obviously hammer fired. Uh, this is the subcompact. As you can see, it doesn't have the uh, rails, and it's not the squared trigger. It's the oldest version, I believe, of the SIG P250 subcompact. As you can see, this is just the shell. This is not the firearm, by no means. It comes with one magazine. Even brand new, they come with one magazine, which, SIG, you can do better than that. This, of course, is used. These have been discontinued for years and years and years. This I picked up at a local gun store. I'll get more into the details of that uh, in another video. I want to talk about the breakdown of the SIG P250 in general. Of course, you got your recoil spring and your recoil rod. Some of them, from what I've seen, are plastic. I think in the compacts and up. I could be wrong. These, at first, I thought this was an aftermarket because this is a used gun. Obviously, they've been discontinued for a long time, but it is not. These come like that in the subcompacts, or at least the Gen 1. That's what I'm going to call it for uh, ease sakes. Um, this is just the lever that lets you take the slide off the frame. The barrel. Now, I just didn't like the silver. The top part of this was silver, and I thought maybe this guy polished it on the top part of the barrel, but it wasn't. I've seen it in lots of videos of the subcompacts, but I took some bluing and just blued it because I'm OCD and that was bothering me. I tried, by the way, I tried to blue that too. Uh, it doesn't blue, so maybe that's not steel. I don't know. Maybe it's aluminum. It is solid and it's hefty. Um, it could be a tungsten. I don't know, but I don't think so. I doubt it. But that is the original factory part. It's not some aftermarket part. Um, the slide, of course. Uh, it's pretty basic and pretty simple. Uh, Pretty easy to take down. Um, this is the subcompact version. Now, here's the part that's really cool, the actual firearm. The rest of this stuff is not even a gun. You can buy all this stuff and have it shipped right to your house, no background check, no nothing. This, just like the SIG P320, is the gun, except this, of course, is the hammer. Uh, this is the firearm. Now, the really cool thing about this, you would think that this would be kind of flimsy and thin and not very, and maybe in the P320s it is, I don't know. This is a SIG P250, so back when SIG was still making good firearms. Uh, it's just this gun never took off because double action only, so people just didn't like that. But yeah, here it is. And you can see, maybe, see how thick things are on this, and sturdy steel. I mean, this is sturdy. This is not flexible. You would have to be steel trigger, by the way. Uh, you would have to be incredibly strong. You'd have to put this in a vise. Look how thick that is. It's thick all the way around. That's pretty impressive. Like I said, this is back in the day when SIG was actually making good firearms and not guns that go off in your holster. Uh, yeah, it's a good gun. It did real well. I did have one round that was a light primer strike, but this has double action, or double. You can pull the trigger twice, or two, three, four, five times, whatever you need. And so I pulled the trigger again, and it went off. I was shooting Monarch. Monarch's crap. We all know that. So, and it also, I noticed another thing too, and I've noticed this in other guns. It's clean now. I got it all out, but the Monarch ammo leaves these little splitters of brass, little like sawdust or sprinkles of brass in your gun. And it also flames a little bit more. I don't know if it's a hotter load. I can't imagine it would be, but it isn't. It was NATO. It was 124 grain NATO, but it's Monarch, all brass. It was all brass. Uh, but yeah, it did real well. Other than that one round, like I said, I'm going to test it more and let you know. Not using Monarch because Monarch is crap. We all know it is, and I've had problems with Monarch before and lots of other firearms. Uh, the same issues, by the way. I did notice the casings; they were hit pretty hard. So the they looked pretty hard. They looked harder than my Glocks on the primer. So they got hit pretty hard. But yeah, that's what it all looks like. Broke down, cleaned, taken apart. I'm really impressed with this. This is sturdy. I'd like to see a SIG P320 and see if it's changed much over the years. If it's as sturdy as the SIG P250. And this, you can turn this into a large firearm, a subcompact, another subcompact with another color frame, whatever you want. Uh, you just need the slide barrel and frame, and this is your firearm. And it shows through this little window right here, your serial number. Somewhere around here. There it is. But yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe, be safe. Have you played with a SIG P320 or not? I don't know. Like, share, and subscribe.